Hi everybody, and welcome to another video on my channel. So I got a comment on one of my videos from one of my subscribers saying that they were struggling with the tempo, swinging the club too fast. They've lost control of their speed profile in their swing. So they wanted to know if there was any drills that could help them improve that, so improving the tempo of their swing and not just swinging too fast at the ball with the irons. Well, a really straightforward drill, and it was reminded to me by one of my students earlier this week actually. It's a drill that Jim Furyk's coach or Jim Furyk's father used to get him to do. So it will pick a target. So for me, I'm going to pick a target out there at 140 yards. So I've got my pitching wedge, and I'm going to hit a 140 yard pitching wedge, which is nearly full for me. So a full shot. Okay. And then I'm going to try and hit the same yardage with the same length of swing with a 9-iron. And then I'm going to do it again and keep going down. I'm going to do that with an 8-iron as well. So what is this doing? Well, it's really just testing your ability to swing in a smoother tempo. It's a very old school method. I believe Tiger used to trick his opponents doing this. There's definitely some interviews out there with players saying that Tiger would hit a shot to a par 3 in a tournament where, let's say it's 160 yards and it'd be a 9-iron, and he'd hit a 7-iron. But he'd got so good at making swings that would be a little bit softer and hit at the same distance, and he would therefore almost purposely let them see the club, let them see the number that he'd hit, and then it would play with the mind, play with the decision. So really old school drill, just to make you think about the tempo of your swing. I have got to hit this 8-iron now, which I would hit 170 yards. I've got to hit it 140 yards, and I've got to make the same swing. And at first it's going to be very hard, it's going to be very difficult, but you've really got to remind yourself of what you're trying to achieve with the drill. So let's go down to a 7-iron. And you may find that you struggle at first, but ultimately you're going to start to learn to soften out that swing, soften out any speed or aggression in transition that you might be struggling with. How can you take that one further? Well, it's something I actually do with a lot of my elite students. We go out and play on the golf course, and we will change what club they're allowed to use into the green. So let's say you've hit your drive out there and you've got 120 yards into the flag. Let's say that's your natural pitching wedge, 120 yards. I would give them 3 cards that they would have to pick from. Apologies if the camera changed, the stand fell over. So they would pick, there'd be 3 cards for them to pick from. If they picked the one that's at 0 on, they will be able to hit the club that they like to hit. If they picked the club that they would that said -1, they would have to hit 1 less club, so they'd have to go down to their gap wedge and find a way of closing it down and hitting a draw to get some more distance out of it. And if they pick the +1 card, they would have to go from a pitching wedge to a 9-iron. So it's really keeping them on edge, or keeping them having to think about their shot on their home golf course rather than switching off. You could do this with 3 cards, +1, +2, +3, or 0, +1, +2, and you pick them out, and you've got to learn to therefore change your club. Or you could keep it a lot more simple and just say, look, I've got to go around 18 holes today in my practice round, and I've got to use 2 clubs extra from each yardage approaching the green. So I hope that makes sense. Let's just go one more time. I've got the pitching wedge. I'll do the 2 extremes. I've got my full shot of a pitching wedge. Okay, it was a little clean, but it was a full tempoed swing. And then we go down to the same distance with a 7. You could track this if you had if you was going to the driving range that had some tracer bays, or you have TrackMan or any flight scope, any launch monitor, by the carry distance. Hope that makes sense. Any questions, please get in touch in the comment section below. And if you have liked this video and want similar content, more golf tips, then please like and subscribe. Thank you.